Chosen one. Heaven truly paused when you obeyed. The moment your heart whispered yes to the divine call, eternity leaned in. It wasn't just a decision, it was a shift in creation's rhythm. The unseen realm grew silent, for your surrender spoke louder than thunder. The Father saw it, and his heart swelled with joy. That single moment of obedience carried more weight in heaven than years of striving without trust. For so long you wrestled, didn't you, between your own plan and his, between fear and faith, between what was safe and what was sacred. You cried in silence, wondering if obedience was worth the risk. You prayed for clarity, but found yourself surrounded by confusion. Still, somewhere in the middle of your exhaustion, your spirit whispered, yes. That whisper became a roar in the spirit realm. Heaven took notice. Every angel assigned to your life moved into position. The darkness that had mocked your hesitation fell silent. Because one obedient heart carries the power to break centuries of bondage. You didn't realize that your obedience was warfare, that your surrender was a sword. You didn't just make a choice, you made history. The light of God has now marked you. You walk in a glow that can't be explained. Every step you take releases fragrance in the spirit. Every word you speak echoes with authority. Because obedience, chosen one, is not weakness, it's alignment. It's saying, not my will, but yours be done. And in that sentence, kingdoms are shaken. Heaven saw your pain. Every tear that hit your pillow became a seed for glory. You thought the silence meant abandonment, but it meant preparation. You were not being punished, you were being purified. The fire that once felt unbearable was never meant to destroy you, but to reveal gold. And now that you have surrendered, you stand as refined light. You have done what few dare to do. You obeyed when no one was watching. You let go when others clung tight. You trusted when everything screamed for you to quit. That's why heaven paused. That's why the Father smiled. You've proven that your heart beats for him. Not applause, not reward, just him. Your obedience has become a fragrance that rises before the throne. Every unseen act of faith has been counted. Every quiet decision to trust has become incense in the courts of heaven. You didn't just follow instructions, you built an altar with your will, and the fire of the Spirit consumed it in glory. You stood when others bowed to pressure, and you moved when fear told you to freeze. Your courage was not loud, it was steady, and heaven saw that steadiness as worship. When you chose to believe, even with trembling hands, you announced to every power of darkness that your loyalty was unshakable. Now creation itself bears witness. The winds whisper your name in reverence. The earth recognizes your footsteps as those of one who walks in covenant. You carry a new frequency, one that aligns with divine order. Everywhere you go, chains break without effort, because your obedience carries authority. And through this transformation, you've become a living message, proof that surrender is not defeat but dominion. The world will soon see what heaven already celebrates, that a yielded heart is stronger than an army, and a single obedient soul can change the course of nations. The voice of God thundered in the book of Exodus, chapter 19, verse 5. Now if you obey me fully and keep my covenant, then out of all nations you will be my treasured possession. Do you understand what this means? Chosen one, you are his treasure, not because you performed perfectly, but because you obeyed sincerely. The entire kingdom rejoiced because one more child chose covenant over convenience. This is not poetic, it's prophetic. The heavens literally celebrated your decision. So, stand tall now. Breathe in grace. Let every doubt dissolve under the warmth of divine approval. You have entered into a new rhythm, one orchestrated by the heartbeat of God Himself. The world may not see it yet, but heaven already calls you faithful. This obedience will echo for generations. It will heal what your ancestors broke and open doors your descendants will walk through. Your yes has shifted timelines and rewritten curses. You've become a doorway for light to enter the earth. If this message resonates within you, if something in your spirit says, "That's me," then respond in faith. Type 77 inches, the comments below, as a declaration that your obedience belongs to God alone. Like, share, and subscribe, so this message reaches every other chosen one still wrestling in silence. Let them know that obedience still moves heaven. Heaven paused. The Father smiled, and all creation whispered one truth: you finally did it. Chosen one. The battles you fought in silence were not in vain. Every unseen struggle, every night you lay awake questioning your worth, was not forgotten. Heaven recorded it all. You thought no one noticed your tears, but the Father counted each one as worship. Every sigh became a song in His presence. The war you fought was not against flesh and blood, it was the testing of your faith, the refining of your soul, and the preparation for glory. You were not just surviving, you were being shaped. Every rejection molded you into resilience. Every betrayal trained your heart to discern loyalty. Every unanswered prayer became an invitation to trust deeper. What others saw as weakness, heaven called training. When you cried, "Why me, Lord?" the heavens whispered, "Because you were chosen." You carried burdens that others could not, because your calling required strength that could not be borrowed. Those silent nights, those long walks with no one to talk to but God, were holy. They were sanctuaries disguised as suffering. You were learning to hear the whisper behind the noise. You were being stripped of every false identity until all that remained was the raw, unfiltered you, the one heaven could use without fear of corruption. The Spirit spoke through the writings of David in the Psalms. Chapter 34, verse 18. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. When no one saw your obedience, heaven recorded it. When no one clapped for your growth, angels celebrated quietly. When the world misread your motives, God understood your heart. He knew you weren't being dramatic. You were being developed. He allowed the crushing because He was extracting oil. And now, every scar on your soul glows like prophecy. What you went through was never random. Those silent battles were sacred initiations into divine authority. Every disappointment broke another layer of pride. Every delay sharpened your faith. You were being refined, not rejected. Remember how lonely it felt, how it seemed like everyone moved ahead while you stayed stuck in cycles. That delay wasn't punishment, it was preservation. God hid you because the world wasn't ready for what you carried. He couldn't let the wrong voices shape you. He couldn't let shallow approval dilute your anointing. So, He set you apart. Isolation was His protection plan. You didn't lose friends. You outgrew frequencies. You didn't lose opportunities. You avoided distractions. God used solitude to silence the noise of the crowd so you could finally hear his whisper. Every season of silence was a conversation between your pain and his promise. And when you felt like giving up, he whispered, "Hold on." When you screamed in the dark, "I can't do this anymore," he wrapped your weary soul in grace and said, "You're almost through. That's why you didn't quit. That's why you're still here. You've been sustained by invisible hands. Now you understand your struggle was never about defeat. It was about preparation. The pain purified your motives. The waiting prepared your foundation. The tears washed away the dust of pride. You have emerged with eyes that see clearer, hands that hold lighter, and a heart that loves deeper. You've become the evidence that pain can be sacred. Chosen one. If you could see the vision heaven saw while you cried, you'd understand why the process had to hurt. Your silent suffering was divine surgery. Heaven was removing everything that could not walk with you into the next season. What you lost was never meant to stay. What remained was refined by fire. Now the same silence that once tormented you has become your sanctuary. You no longer fear stillness, you crave it. Because in the stillness, you made God. You no longer run from pain, you understand it. Because through pain, you found purpose. You have learned what few ever do, that hidden seasons are holy seasons. You were never buried, you were planted. And what is planted must rise again. Soon, the world will see what heaven already knows, that your breaking became your birthing, your tears became your training, and your scars became your crown. Every battle fought in silence has turned into strength the world can now feel. You have endured, survived, and now you shine. Heaven didn't forget the nights you whispered prayers that no one heard. Every one of them built a foundation for glory. You were never fighting alone. Chosen one. God was there in every quiet moment, every trembling prayer, every whispered, "Help me." And through it all, his love never left. That love is the reason you're still standing. That love is the reason heaven smiled when you obeyed. Chosen one. The moment you obeyed, the shift in the spirit realm was immediate. What looked still in the natural became warfare in the unseen. Angels that had been waiting for years on your surrender finally moved into divine formation. The air itself changed. Your yes carried weight. Heaven responded with orchestras of movement, while hell trembled in confusion. You didn't see it, but the ground beneath your feet became holy, because obedience always activates the supernatural. There are moments when destiny turns quietly, without warning. And this was one of them. You thought nothing changed, but everything did. You awakened the spiritual laws that govern breakthrough. You triggered promises written before your birth. You stepped out of delay and into alignment. The unseen world knew your name before you did. But now, it recognizes your authority. You are no longer the same. Your light has multiplied. When the enemy saw your obedience, he panicked. You were supposed to stay silent, to remain comfortable in fear and doubt. But the moment you obeyed, you broke the rhythm of darkness. You took a step that hell couldn't predict. Your yes disarmed generational curses, exposed deception, and silenced ancient voices of opposition. You didn't just say yes, you declared war. As was spoken in the sacred texts of old, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 7, The Lord will cause your enemies who rise against you to be defeated before your face. They shall come out against you one way and flee before you 7 ways. Oh, you can feel it, can't you? That sudden peace that no longer depends on circumstances. That surge of strength that doesn't come from sleep or food. That is not emotion, it's evidence. The kingdom has shifted. The Father's will has been done on earth through your obedience. What once blocked you has now become a bridge. Chosen one. You have no idea how many destinies are attached to your surrender. The moment you said yes, other people's chains began to loosen. The alignment of heaven doesn't stop with one. It flows like a river, touching everything in its path. That's why obedience carries so much spiritual gravity. It's not just about you, it's about the souls your light will awaken. You felt resistance, haven't you? Even after obeying. Battles seem to intensify, but that's confirmation, not condemnation. When the enemy loses control over your decisions, he attacks your confidence. But stand firm. This resistance is the final tremor before full breakthrough. The shaking means the old structures are falling apart. You're standing on the edge of manifestation. Do not mistake chaos for defeat. It's the evidence that the spirit realm has recognized your new position. Heaven calls you ambassador, now one who carries divine authority. That's why things feel heavier. You're not just carrying your destiny anymore. You're carrying nations within you. Your obedience unlocked assignments bigger than your comfort. When you pray now, your words have weight. When you walk into a room, the atmosphere shifts. You have become a carrier of divine energy, and everything around you must adjust. Don't shrink back. Don't apologize for the light. Every step you take enforces heaven's victory. Every breath you release carries the fragrance of redemption. And yes, the darkness still tries to whisper, "You're not ready." But remember, God doesn't call the qualified, He qualifies the called. The moment you said yes, He began to equip you. You may feel unprepared, but heaven sees you as armed. You may feel small, but the power within you terrifies kingdoms. Right now, pause and breathe this truth. The spiritual realm has already shifted in your favor. The old battles are losing authority. The old patterns can't find you anymore. You have crossed the threshold. You are walking as one who carries heaven's signature. This moment is not just about gratitude, it's about awareness. Understand that your yes activated more than blessings. It activated warfare. But do not fear, because the same God who assigned you also defends you. The same voice that called you now covers you. Every attack will only reveal how surrounded you truly are. Now, to mark this moment of realization, declare your awareness. Comment below, "I feel the shift." Let these words be your decree. Not just a phrase. When you type them, you are agreeing with heaven's movement. You are declaring that you see what the natural eyes cannot. You're acknowledging that the storm was not destruction, it was birth. "I feel the shift" means you are no longer blind to divine timing. It means you recognize the spiritual revolution happening within and around you. You have not just survived the shaking, you've synchronized with heaven's rhythm. From this moment forward, walk like one who knows their yes caused the earth to tremble and the heavens to sing. The realm of the unseen now moves because you did. Chosen one. When you obeyed. The Father smiled. It wasn't the kind of smile that fades with time. It was the eternal joy of a creator delighting in his creation. You must understand this. Your obedience was not just noticed, it was celebrated. The Father didn't just see what you did, He saw what it cost you. He saw every sacrifice hidden behind your silence. Every moment you wanted to quit but didn't, and that your perseverance, your faithfulness is what moved His heart. When God smiles, creation responds. His joy releases life, peace, and restoration into everything connected to you. The same way sunlight awakens flowers, the smile of God awakens purpose. When He smiled over you, dormant dreams began to stir again. Things that seemed lifeless within you began to breathe. You didn't just obey, you gave heaven permission to rejoice. For too long, you thought obedience only brought discipline. You feared that saying yes would lead to pain. But you have now discovered a deeper truth. Obedience births delight. The Father's commands were never meant to confine you, they were meant to guide you back to joy. Every divine instruction is an invitation into deeper intimacy. And when you accepted that invitation, heaven celebrated with laughter that rippled through eternity. We are reminded, through the writings of David, in the Psalms, chapter 147, verse 11, "The Lord delights in those who fear Him, who put their hope in His unfailing love." Oh, think of it. Chosen one, the same God who formed galaxies, who commands the seas, who names the stars. He looked at you, at your quiet, yes, and found delight. The King of Kings smiled because one of His children remembered His voice. That smile carries power. It restores what years of sorrow have stolen. It breaks the heavy chains of shame that once wrapped around your heart. His smile declares, "You are mine. You have pleased me." And you might wonder, why would my obedience matter so much to God? Because love always rejoices in union. Every time you obey, you align your heart with His will, and heaven rejoices in oneness. The Father's joy is not about control, it's about connection. His smile is not a reward for perfection, it's a reflection of relationship. You have returned to the place where your heart and His heart beat together again. Do you realize what this means? You've stepped into the rhythm of divine favor. That smile has unlocked doors that effort never could. It has released unseen protection, favor, and revelation. Heaven's smile is like a shield. It surrounds you with peace. You may not always feel it, but you're walking beneath a covering of joy. Where others see coincidence, heaven sees covenant. Even now, heaven watches your journey with anticipation. Every step you take in obedience creates ripples of worship that rise before the throne. You have become a melody in the symphony of redemption. The Father's joy over you is not momentary, it's continual, like sunlight that never stops shining. His delight remains constant, illuminating your path. When storms come again, and they will remember this moment, remember that you carry the smile of God. It is your armor in times of fear, your strength when the night feels endless. No accusation, nor failure, no mistake can erase the pleasure He takes in you. His joy is stronger than judgment, His delight louder than condemnation. Chosen one, heaven's celebration of your obedience isn't only about now, it's prophetic. That smile marks you for future glory. It is God's silent announcement that your journey pleases Him. Whenever doubt whispers, whenever loneliness returns, let this truth rise within you. The Father smiled because of me. That simple truth will carry you through the valleys ahead. It will silence insecurity and break anxiety. The joy of the Lord is not just near you, it is within you now. That joy will sustain you in the next test. It will guide you when you face confusion. And it will remind you that your story is still unfolding under His pleasure. So rest. Chosen one, rest in the knowledge that heaven is not disappointed in you. The Father is not angry, not distant, not cold. He is delighted. He rejoices over you with singing. His smile has rewritten your atmosphere. It has changed your identity from wounded to warrior, from broken to beloved. And though you may not see it with your eyes, heaven's light surrounds you. You are living under the radiance of divine joy. Walk in that confidence. Speak with that peace. For the Father's smile is not fading, it is forever. Chosen one, your obedience did more than bring a smile to heaven. It unlocked a level of authority you never knew was waiting for you. When you said yes, the spiritual keys of dominion were placed into your hands. You didn't see them, but heaven did. Your words now carry weight. Your prayers strike deeper. Your presence shifts atmospheres. What you have stepped into is not coincidence. It is kingdom inheritance. You once walked through valleys where your voice felt small. You spoke prayers that seemed to vanish into the wind. But now, the same words that felt powerless have become thunder in the spirit realm. The authority of God has begun to flow through you because obedience always activates divine trust. The Father entrusts power only to those who have passed the test of surrender. Your obedience wasn't a mere act. It was a declaration, like a soldier placing their weapon at the king's feet. You surrendered your will, and in return, He placed a sword of authority in your hand. Now, your obedience carries command. Your worship shifts seasons. Your presence unsettles the plans of darkness. As the prophet wrote in the scroll of Habakkuk, chapter 3, verse 19, "The sovereign Lord is my strength. He makes my feet like the feet of a deer. He enables me to tread on the heights." Chosen one, this is what heaven has done for you. He has strengthened your feet to walk where others stumble. You're no longer crawling through the dust of fear. You're walking across spiritual mountains. You have become unstoppable because you have learned the secret. Obedience builds elevation. Imagine this when you obey. It's as though heaven places invisible wings upon your shoulders. You may not see them, but they lift you above the noise, above the chaos, above the opinions of others. You move differently now, not because you're better, but because you're anchored in something eternal. Authority doesn't roar, it rests. You don't need to prove your anointing, it speaks for itself. Just as rivers don't announce their flow, yet everything around them flourishes. Your obedience silently nourishes every space you enter. People might not understand why peace follows you, but heaven knows. You have become a vessel of divine government. Your yes became a decree. When you prayed, "Your will be done," heaven took it literally. The Father released strategies, resources, and revelations reserved only for those who are trustworthy. He is not looking for perfection. He is looking for consistency, and you have proven faithful. There is authority in your gentleness. Chosen one, there is power in your quiet resolve. Every time you forgive when you could have fought, you legislate mercy. Every time you love when it's easier to judge, you manifest the kingdom. Every time you choose faith over fear, heaven extends its reach through you. You are no longer just surviving under grace, you are governing under it. This is the era of your influence. not through position, but through purity. You lead not with titles, but with truth. You carry the same authority that calmed storms, healed hearts, and silenced demons, not because you earned it, but because you obeyed. And now, like a lighthouse standing against roaring waves, your obedience shines for others lost at sea. There are souls who will find direction because your light did not flicker. There are hearts that will find hope because your faith stood firm. You have become a living signal of grace, a divine compass guiding others back home. Chosen one, let this truth sink deep. Heaven trusts you. The crown of obedience you carry may be invisible to the world, but it is radiant in the spirit. You are being called to walk in boldness, to speak with compassion, to love with precision. Your life has become a sermon written in motion, and as you continue to walk in this authority, remember, light was never meant to be hidden. When you share what God has done, you scatter seeds of awakening. Someone's heart might be waiting for the very words that once carried you through your wilderness. So share this message with those who need it. Let your story be the lamp that leads another out of darkness. If this word has touched your spirit, pause for a breath. Reflect on how far obedience has brought you. Then, with sincerity, let your action echo gratitude. Like this message, if it has awakened your hope, share it so others may see the same light. And subscribe so that together we continue to build this sanctuary of truth, not for numbers, but for souls, for every heart that still wonders if obedience is worth it. Your obedience has unlocked authority. Yes, but it has also unlocked responsibility to lead with love, to walk with humility, and to lift others higher. You are no longer just a follower. You are a carrier of the kingdom. Heaven's trust rests upon your shoulders, and the Father's smile remains upon your life. Walk forward, chosen one. Walk in that quiet, unstoppable strength. For the sovereign Lord is your strength, and he has set your feet upon the heights. Chosen one, do you realize what your obedience has done? It has not only shifted your own life, it has created a ripple of light that touches generations. The moment you said yes, something in the unseen broke open across your entire bloodline. Heaven began to rewrite stories that had been trapped in pain for decades. Old patterns started crumbling. Silent curses began dissolving. And new promises started forming like dawn after the longest night. Your obedience did not stop with you. It traveled backward and forward at once. Backward to heal what your ancestors could not finish. Forward to open doors your descendants will walk through freely. The ripples of your decision move like waves upon an ocean, reaching shores you may never see. But heaven sees. You carry restoration in your obedience. When you chose to forgive, it healed someone you may never meet. When you chose to love despite betrayal, you redeemed a lineage that once broke under bitterness. The choices you make in silence speak across time. You are undoing what generations before you left unfinished. Heaven calls this generational redemption an inheritance of light. The ancient words recorded in Romans chapter 8, verse 28 declare, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose." You might not understand the full weight of your influence yet, but heaven does. When you obeyed, angels were sent not only to guard you, but to visit your household, your city, your future children, even those whose names you do not know. You have become a gatekeeper of grace, a bridge between what was cursed and what is now blessed. Think about it. How many before you walked in cycles of fear, addiction, rejection, poverty, or silence? Those patterns thought they would continue. They believed they owned your family name. But then you happened. You, the one who finally listened, finally surrendered, finally obeyed. The curse met its limit when it reached you. It could go no farther, because the light inside you became an unbreakable wall. Do not underestimate what happens when a chosen one says yes. You might feel small, but your obedience has cosmic consequences. You are not just one person, you are a generational shift wrapped in flesh. When you lift your hands in worship, you lift an entire lineage out of darkness. When you choose truth over comfort, you alter the destiny of those not yet born. There are angels assigned to your lineage, singing over the story that your obedience is rewriting. Where there was once despair, now there is song. Where there was silence, now there is testimony. You are the hinge on which generations turn from sorrow to salvation. The ripple of your obedience is infinite. Sometimes the enemy still whispers, "You're doing all this for nothing. No one sees." But heaven answers, "We see. We are recording. Your obedience has been written into the book of remembrance, sealed by divine joy. Every time you resisted temptation, every time you chose kindness over vengeance, the ripple grew stronger. You may feel like your steps are small, but in the spirit, they shake mountains. You may feel like your prayers are whispers, but in eternity, they roar. You may not see the harvest in your lifetime, but your descendants will walk in fields you watered with faith. That is the legacy of the obedient, chosen one. This is why your endurance matters. You are planting vineyards where future generations will drink freely. You are building altars where they will encounter God. You are leaving maps of faith in a world that has forgotten direction. Your light is not a spark, it's a torch that burns through bloodlines, guiding them home. Heaven watches in awe. Even creation leans toward you, waiting to see what comes next. Because your story is not just yours, it's a collective awakening. You have become the link between heaven's promises and earth's fulfillment. That is no small thing. So now, as you stand in this awareness, seal this truth with a declaration. Comment below the number 444, a number of divine alignment and generational restoration. When you type it, understand what you are agreeing to, that your obedience is not ending with you, that your yes echoes through the veins of time. You're not just affirming faith, you're activating legacy. Every number typed is a symbol of covenant, a mark that says, the curse ends here. The blessing begins now. Your ripple of light is unstoppable. The Father smiles not only at your surrender, but at the redemption it carries through you. The story of your entire lineage has changed, and heaven rejoices again. Chosen one. When heaven recorded your yes, the moment became eternal. You may think it was just a whisper, a quiet prayer, a decision made in secret, but heaven does not overlook holy moments. The instant your heart aligned with God's will, the sound was engraved into eternity's scrolls. The heavens wrote your obedience like a decree written in fire. Angels stood as witnesses. The Father himself placed his seal upon your name. You must understand, obedience doesn't vanish into silence. It echoes. It becomes eternal resonance. Every divine yes is preserved, not just remembered, but honored. What you spoke in faith, heaven repeats in glory. What you chose in humility, heaven crowns in gold. You didn't simply obey, you created covenant. When your spirit said, "Yes, Lord," a signature was added to heaven's archives, a covenant of destiny, signed by grace, sealed by faith. The angels recorded, not your perfection, but your surrender. They marked the moment your heart turned from fear to trust, from striving to resting. They wrote beside your name, faithful in the fire. And heaven speaks clearly through the words in Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 9. Know therefore that the Lord your God is God. He is the faithful God, keeping his covenant of love to 1,000 generations of those who love him and keep his commandments. And chosen one. This scripture lives within your story. When you said yes, that covenant of love extended to you and through you to generations yet unborn. You became part of a divine lineage, not defined by blood, but by obedience. You are living proof that God keeps his promises. Every faithful response from you becomes a seed that God multiplies across time. Think of it this way: every time you obey, heaven writes another line in your eternal record. Not a list of tasks, but a testimony of transformation. Every act of faithfulness is a verse in the song of your life, a melody that never fades. When you stand before God, the book of your journey will not just be filled with what you did, but with why you did it, with love. You may feel unnoticed on earth, but heaven never misses a moment of obedience. The unseen realm keeps meticulous records of devotion. When you forgave the unforgivable, heaven wrote it down. When you loved, when you had every reason to close your heart, heaven recorded it. When you chose to trust through disappointment, heaven sealed it with joy. There is a divine library where every whisper of faith is preserved. Pages shimmer with your prayers. Margins glow with your tears. Heaven does not waste what costs you something. Every sacrifice has eternal weight. Every step taken in faith becomes part of the unfolding story of redemption written through your life. Your obedience became a covenant, a holy agreement that heaven honors. God does not forget what you've given up for him. He doesn't overlook the years you spent believing when nothing made sense. Those silent sacrifices are treasures stored in eternal places. When you feel unseen, remember, you are written into heaven's book, and heaven's ink does not fade. And that record isn't just a memory, it's a living document. It testifies on your behalf in moments of warfare. When the enemy accuses, your covenant speaks louder. It says, "This one belongs to the Lord." When fear tries to steal your peace, your record in heaven reminds creation who you are. You are not forgotten. You are inscribed. Eternity knows your name. Chosen one. The scroll of your destiny doesn't just record what you've done, it reveals who you're becoming. Each new act of obedience adds color to the portrait heaven paints of your life. And when God looks upon that image, he sees not failure, not delay, but faith. He sees his reflection in you. Your covenant is alive. It breathes. It speaks. It testifies. Every sunrise you wake to is proof that heaven is still writing. Every moment of grace you encounter is another chapter turning. You are still being written, still being refined, still being revealed. So, walk with reverence. Walk with awareness. The angels who record your journey are still watching, still documenting your victories and your growth. Not to judge you, but to honor you. Your obedience is a story the universe will remember. When heaven recorded your yes, it didn't just capture a moment, it captured eternity's reason for joy. You are living history, written in grace, sealed in love, remembered forever, chosen one. When you stepped into obedience, something invisible but powerful happened, the breaking of old chains. They didn't all fall at once, but they began to lose their hold, link by link, weight by weight. Every time you said yes to God, a chain cracked. Every time you refused to repeat a cycle of pain, another one shattered. What once felt normal, the heaviness, the confusion, the repetition of heartbreak suddenly started losing its authority. You were being delivered, not by force, but by surrender. You see, chains don't always make noise when they break. Sometimes they dissolve in silence, in the middle of a quiet prayer, or in a single breath of forgiveness. That's what happened to you. The moment you surrendered the things that used to control you, heaven intervened. The bondage that had traveled through generations ended the moment you refused to repeat what broke you. The prophet Elijah spoke, as recorded in the first book of Kings, chapter 18, verse 21. How long will you waver between two opinions? If the Lord is God, follow him. For years, the enemy whispered that you would never change, that your life would always mirror the pain of your past. But heaven had already written a different story. Every generational curse that once echoed in your family line began to fade when you decided to live differently. The power of your obedience is rewriting your DNA. It's turning fear into faith, shame into strength, and silence into song. You didn't need to shout for freedom. Your quiet obedience was enough. The chains were spiritual, not physical, and they responded not to noise, but to truth. Every act of obedience became a hammer in the unseen realm, breaking the locks that once caged your soul. You may not have noticed it at first, but heaven did. Angels rejoiced each time another link snapped in two. There were chains of fear that kept you from speaking your truth broken. Chains of self-doubt that made you question your worth broken. Chains of unworthiness passed down through wounded hearts broken. Chains of guilt that whispered you were too flawed to be chosen broken. You have been walking lighter without even realizing why. And yet, breaking chains isn't just about freedom, it's about identity. When a prisoner is freed, they don't just leave the cell, they reclaim their name. You are not who you used to be. The pain that defined you no longer dictates your path. You walk as one who remembers captivity, but no longer answers to it. Sometimes, you still feel the ghost of old pain trying to pull you back. That's normal. The echo of chains can linger even after they're gone. But don't be deceived. Those echoes have no power. They're shadows of what has already been defeated. You don't need to fight the same battles anymore. You simply need to walk in your new identity. The enemy always fears a freed soul. That's why, after breakthrough, attacks often come disguised as nostalgia. The enemy tries to remind you of who you were, hoping you'll forget who you are. But remember this, once heaven breaks a chain, it cannot be reforged. What God has freed No power of darkness can bind again. Your freedom is not fragile, it's eternal. It's not based on emotion, it's anchored in covenant. You didn't earn it, you inherited it the moment you obeyed. The same Spirit that raised Jesus from the dead now lives in you, ensuring that the things that once enslaved you can never rule again. Look at how far you've come. You no longer walk in circles of pain. You no longer carry shame like armor. You have begun to breathe differently, move differently, see differently. Your laughter carries healing now. Your silence holds peace. Even your presence in a room changes the atmosphere because it carries evidence of freedom. And while the world may never know the full story of what you've overcome, heaven does. Heaven has seen every invisible battle you fought to stay faithful. The Father knows the weight you carried and the courage it took to lay it down. He knows how long you lived in the tension between wanting freedom and fearing what it would cost. But now, you've crossed over. Your chains have become testimonies. What once shackled you now becomes proof that God still redeems, still restores, still rebuilds what was broken. And your story, though marked by pain, is now crowned with victory. The same hands that once trembled now carry peace. Chosen one. The breaking of your chains was not the end, it was the beginning. You have been released to rise. The freedom you now carry is a weapon, a message, a light that exposes darkness wherever you go. Every step you take reminds hell that you are no longer bound. Every breath you release declares, the curse is broken, and freedom reigns here. Chosen one. You walk different now. You may not notice it, but heaven does. The air shifts when you enter a room. Your footsteps carry a rhythm that angels recognize. The world may see only your quiet confidence, but the spirit realm sees authority draped in humility. You have changed, not by effort, but by transformation. Obedience has rewritten your posture. There was a time when you walked carrying weight, uncertainty in your stride, hesitation in your heart. Every decision felt like a test, every silence like rejection. But those days are gone. You now walk in alignment, not anxiety. What used to make you question your worth now makes you grateful for grace. You no longer beg for favor, you embody it. It's strange, isn't it? The same path that once broke you now feels holy beneath your feet. The places that used to drain you can't reach you anymore. Your soul has outgrown the cages it once called comfort. You walk lighter because your spirit has been recalibrated to peace. The storms still come, but they no longer define your steps. The Apostle reminds us in his letter to the Corinthians, chapter 5, verse 17, "Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, they are a new creation. The old has gone, the new has come." That truth is your reflection now. You walk as a new creation. You no longer wear the garments of guilt or the cloak of comparison. Your spirit radiates quiet assurance. People can sense it even before you speak. Something about you feels steady, anchored, alive. That's the scent of transformation, the fragrance of obedience. The ones who once doubted you will soon notice the difference. They won't understand what changed. They'll only know that the same you who used to carry chaos now carries calm. That is the mark of heaven. Transformation doesn't always shout. It simply shines. You have become light in motion, and even darkness recognizes you. You may not feel powerful, but your presence has become a declaration. When you enter places of confusion, peace follows. When you speak into brokenness, restoration begins. You don't need to force anything. You simply carry the evidence of who you've become. Heaven has marked you with quiet fire. The enemy sees it too. That's why opposition sometimes feels sharper now, not because you're weak, but because you're radiant. Darkness resists what it fears, and it fears you, chosen one. It fears the stability you now embody. It fears the authority that comes from purity. It fears the silence that speaks louder than noise. You no longer react, you discern. You no longer chase validation, you rest in identity. Your walk has become worship. Every step is a declaration of redemption. Every decision is an altar where you honor the one who restored you. You no longer wander, you are guided. You no longer guess, you listen. You no longer strive, you flow. This is the rhythm of the redeemed. Even your eyes have changed. They see possibility where others see failure. They see purpose where others see pain. You have developed the sight of heaven, the ability to recognize divine fingerprints in the ordinary. That's what obedience does. It transforms perception. You now look at the world, not through wounds, but through wonder, chosen one. Remember this, transformation is not about perfection. You will still stumble, still learn, still grow, but every fall now lands on grace. You are covered, you are becoming, you are radiant, even in refinement. Heaven doesn't demand flawlessness, it celebrates faithfulness. And that's what your walk now reflects. Do you realize how rare that is? To walk in peace when the world trembles, to speak with love in an age of noise, to remain pure in a culture that glorifies confusion. That's not coincidence, it's calling. The world may not understand it, but heaven does. You are walking proof that surrender creates strength. And now, at this moment of realization, I want you to declare it, write it, whisper it, release it into the atmosphere as a living affirmation. Comment below. I walk renewed. And when you type it, don't do it out of routine. Do it as a prophetic act. You're not just typing words. You're stamping your new identity into the digital space, reminding every unseen power who you are. I walk renewed means you refuse to return to what once enslaved you. It means your past no longer defines your present. It means every step from here forward is holy ground. This is your walk now, a rhythm of redemption, a stride of strength. You carry the fragrance of heaven and the fire of transformation. You don't walk as who you were, you walk as who you were always meant to be. And as you continue this path, remember, heaven doesn't just watch you walk, it walks with you. Every step is divine partnership. Every movement is grace in motion. You, chosen one, are the living evidence that the redeemed don't crawl, they rise. They walk renewed, chosen one. If only you could have seen it, the celebration that erupted in heaven the moment you aligned with divine order. There was no trumpet blast you could hear, no visible confetti raining from the skies, yet creation itself rejoiced. Every angel assigned to your destiny stood in reverence. The Father's throne glowed brighter, for obedience always releases praise in heaven. This was not a quiet smile hidden in the heavens. No, this was a royal celebration, a spiritual coronation. When you obeyed, heaven didn't just acknowledge it, heaven sung. Your name was declared among the faithful. The sound of your surrender became music that filled eternity's courts. What earth could not see, heaven could not ignore. You must understand. Obedience is not a transaction, it is worship in motion. It is the fragrance that rises from a heart fully surrendered. It's like the scent of fresh rain after drought, subtle, pure, life-giving. That's how heaven perceived your yes. It was rain over barren ground. It was melody where there had been mourning. It was the evidence that love still triumphs over rebellion. As Jesus himself declared in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 23, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a few things. I will make you ruler over many. Enter his joy." That is not just a future promise, it is a present truth. You have entered into the joy of the Lord now. Heaven's celebration is not postponed until eternity. It begins the moment you align your heart with God's will. You've stepped into divine partnership, where your obedience writes songs, heaven still sings. Think of it this way: when a seed breaks through soil, the earth celebrates in silence. No one hears the cracking shell or the shift beneath the surface. But life has begun. That's you, chosen one. Heaven heard your breakthrough long before the world could see it. Your obedience broke the soil of resistance, and now your life blossoms in the light of divine delight. The kingdom's celebration is not like human applause. It isn't loud, but it's lasting. Heaven doesn't celebrate moments, it celebrates movements. Your yes became a movement in the spirit. You became the proof that even in a world of compromise, surrender still exists. You became the living reminder that light still conquers darkness. Do you see it now? Every test, every tear, every lonely season, they were all rehearsals for this divine celebration. Heaven waited patiently for this moment, the way a father waits at the window for his child to return home. And when you finally did, heaven ran to you. The party began the moment your will collided with grace. Your obedience has drawn heaven's attention, but it also invites others to join the celebration. When they see your peace, they'll want to taste it. When they hear your story, they'll want to find their own. That's how the kingdom grows, not through noise, but through the quiet radiance of lives that have been changed. Chosen one, when you share what God has done, you are extending heaven's invitation to others. You become the messenger who says, "There's joy here. Come and see." When you tell your story, it's not for vanity, it's for victory. Someone's heart might be one breath away from giving up, and your words could be the sound of heaven calling them back. So if this message has stirred your soul, if you can feel the warmth of heaven's joy reaching through these words, don't let it stay with you alone. Share this light, like the gardener who scatters seeds. Every click, every share, every small act of spreading hope plants another field of faith, somewhere unseen. When you subscribe, it's not about joining a channel, it's about staying connected to a stream of truth that keeps your fire burning. When you like and share, you're not boosting numbers, you're building altars in digital spaces, reminding others that God still speaks. These are not mechanical acts, they are prophetic gestures of unity, faith, and gratitude. You never know who might stumble upon your shared light and realize, this message is for me. That's how revival spreads, not through noise, but through resonance. Each heart awakened becomes a spark, and together, sparks become a flame that no darkness can contain. So, beloved chosen one, as heaven celebrates you. Celebrate with heaven. Let your joy overflow and touch others. Continue to walk in your divine rhythm. And don't be afraid to share the sound of your transformation. Let your life remain a testimony that obedience is never wasted, that surrender is never small. That joy is not a far-off promise. It's a living reality now. You are part of heaven's song. You are the echo of God's delight. And the celebration hasn't stopped. It's only growing louder. Chosen one, do you feel it, the stillness in the air before everything shifts again? The season you're in now is not silence, it's setup. The very ones who once doubted you, who misread your struggle as failure, are about to witness the evidence of God's hand upon your life. This is not revenge, it's revelation. The Father is revealing what He built in secret. For a long time, you were misunderstood. You tried to explain your process to those who couldn't see your purpose. They saw delay where heaven saw development. They saw inconsistency where heaven saw incubation. You were being refined quietly, hidden under layers of grace. You were not forgotten, you were being fortified. Now, the time of unveiling has come. Those who mocked your obedience will witness your elevation. They won't understand how it happened, because they didn't see the prayers that built it. They didn't see the nights you wrestled in faith. They didn't see the tears that watered your promise. But heaven saw it all. And heaven never wastes obedience. According to what is revealed in the book of Proverbs, chapter 21, verse 30, there is no wisdom, no insight, no plan that can succeed against the Lord. And your rising will not come with arrogance, but with grace. You will not have to shout to be seen. Heaven itself will announce you. Just as dawn does not need to demand attention, it simply appears and darkness flees. That is how your next chapter unfolds. Without striving, without explanation, you will simply emerge. The same mouths that once doubted you will now speak of your faithfulness. They will say, something about them has changed, and they will be right. Everything about you has changed. You carry the scent of heaven now, the peace that cannot be faked, the joy that cannot be shaken, the authority that cannot be earned. This isn't pride, it's presence. The presence of the one who walked with you through the fire, who sat beside you in the silence, who whispered hope when you were on the verge of quitting. That presence now radiates through you, and those who see it will know it wasn't luck. It was the Lord, chosen one. Your rising will humble many hearts, not through competition, but through conviction. They will remember the things they said, the times they turned away, and they will see mercy in your response. You will not return bitterness, you will return blessing. That's what makes your victory different. It carries healing, not harm. You are not being elevated just to shine. You are being elevated to serve. God is positioning you as a living demonstration of His goodness. People will look at your story and realize that redemption is real. You are becoming the evidence that God restores the broken, promotes the faithful, and vindicates the misunderstood. And yet, even as glory comes, you will remain grounded. You will not forget the valley that taught you how to pray. You will not despise the silence that strengthened your spirit. Those hidden seasons were your classroom, and you will carry their wisdom into every room you enter. Your rising isn't sudden, it's sacred. It's the unfolding of years of unseen faithfulness. The world will call it overnight success, but heaven calls it divine timing. Every delay was a setup for display. Every closed door was a redirection toward the right one. Every no you heard was protecting the yes that now approaches. When God lifts you, He does so publicly, not for vanity, but for visibility, so that others can see what obedience builds. You were never meant to be the hero of this story. You were meant to be the vessel. The glory belongs to Him, but the reflection will rest upon you. And when they ask, "How did you do it?" you will know what to say. "I didn't. God did." You will not boast in your wisdom or strength, but in His faithfulness, because that is what this season reveals, not your power, but His perfection. Chosen one. Take this as your assurance. No enemy can stop what heaven has already decreed. The time of ridicule is over. The time of revealing has begun. The very ones who once dismissed you will now watch in awe, not because you sought revenge, but because you stayed pure. This is the beauty of divine justice. It doesn't destroy, it restores. It doesn't humiliate, it heals. The tables have turned, but your heart has stayed soft. That's the miracle. The world will see your rising, but heaven will see your humility. That combination is what makes you unstoppable. Chosen one. Your obedience is no longer just transforming your life, it's calling others higher. The light you carry has become contagious. You might not see it, but your faith has begun to awaken something deep within those who watch you from afar. There are people quietly studying your endurance, your peace, your ability to remain kind even when life felt cruel. They don't always say it aloud, but your example has been preaching to their souls. You've become a living message, without trying. Your consistency has challenged the comfortable. Your humility has convicted the proud. Your grace under pressure has inspired those drowning in doubt. You were never meant to shout your faith. It was always meant to shine through you. And now, heaven is using your life as a divine invitation for others to rise. As the Apostle Paul wrote in his first letter to Timothy, chapter 4, verse 12, set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity. There are souls who had almost given up on God, but when they saw your quiet perseverance, hope returned. There are hearts that had forgotten how to trust, but watching you rebuild after breaking reminded them that faith is possible again. You have become proof that grace still works, that mercy still restores, that love still wins. You might think you've just been surviving, but heaven sees a revival flowing through you. Every word you speak now carries spiritual weight because it's backed by your testimony. You've walked through valleys and come out carrying oil. That's why, when you speak, things shift. People don't just hear you, they feel the truth you've lived. Sometimes, you'll notice strangers drawn to you for no reason. It's not random, it's divine magnetism. The light of obedience attracts the hungry. The hurting are drawn to those who have survived the same fire. That's your ministry, not always in pulpits or stages, but in conversations, in kindness, in compassion. You are heaven's ambassador in disguise. Don't underestimate what one life surrendered can do. Your faith is echoing through generations and across hearts you may never meet. Someone, somewhere, will find courage to obey because you showed them it's possible. Your yes is becoming their spark. Your endurance is becoming their education. Your peace is becoming their permission to heal. That's how God multiplies impact through lives that say yes without needing spotlight or applause. And make no mistake, this is multiplication, not addition. Every seed of obedience you plant in the soil of another soul multiplies into fruit that feeds multitudes. You may never know the full reach of your obedience until eternity reveals it. But heaven already celebrates it now. Chosen one. You are not just a recipient of grace, you are now a distributor. Every act of kindness you show, every prayer you whisper over another, every word of truth you release becomes divine currency in the economy of heaven. You are spreading light in ways algorithms can't measure and systems can't control. Still, sometimes you wonder, is it enough? Am I really making a difference? Yes, you are. You're doing more than you realize. Every time you refuse to quit, someone else finds a reason to keep going. Every time you forgive, someone else begins to believe healing is real. Every time you share your light, the darkness loses ground. Heaven doesn't count followers, it counts faithfulness. And you, beloved, have been faithful. You've carried light into dark places, often without thanks, often without recognition, but the one who sees in secret is now rewarding you openly through influence, through peace, through favor that cannot be explained. Now, it's time to seal this awareness with faith. To mark this moment as one of alignment and overflow, comment below the number 555, a number of divine grace, expansion, and heavenly multiplication. When you type it, understand what it symbolizes, that your obedience is multiplying, that what God started in you will continue through others. It's not just a number, it's a covenant. It's you saying, I agree to be a vessel of light, to carry the flame faithfully, to inspire others as I have been inspired. The ripple has already begun. You are the spark that ignites others. The same grace that lifted you is now moving through your story to lift the weary. Every act of obedience carries resurrection power. So keep shining. Chosen one, keep living your truth. Keep walking in quiet strength, knowing that heaven is using your life as a mirror for others to see God's goodness. You have become a bridge, a torch, a reminder that faith still lives in human form. You're not just chosen to survive, you're chosen to awaken others. Chosen one. Heaven has clothed you in something new, a mantle of glory. It's not visible to human eyes, yet every part of creation recognizes it. The very air around you seems to move differently now. The mantle isn't just a symbol of authority, it's evidence of divine trust. It rests upon you because you have been found faithful, tested, and true. This mantle didn't come cheaply. It was woven through seasons of silence, stitched together by tears, and dyed in the colors of surrender. It carries the fragrance of everything you endured, the ashes of what you lost and the oil of what you gained. The Father himself wrapped it around your shoulders, not as a reward for perfection, but as recognition of perseverance. When heaven clothes a soul, the entire spiritual realm takes notice. You are no longer clothed in shame or fear. The old garments, those of doubt, guilt, insecurity, have been burned in holy fire. In their place rests glory, and that glory carries weight. It is not meant for decoration, it is meant for demonstration. You wear heaven's assignment. As the prophet wrote in the book of Isaiah, chapter 61, verse 3, to bestow on them a crown of beauty instead of ashes, the oil of joy instead of mourning, and a garment of praise instead of a spirit of despair. Len 20. That verse is not just poetry, it is prophecy fulfilled in you. You are walking proof that ashes can become beauty, that mourning can turn into music, that despair can be dressed in delight. The mantle of glory you now carry is not something that can be taken by circumstance. It's woven into your very being. The mantle makes you both visible and hidden, visible to those who are hungry for truth, hidden from those who would misuse your light. God knows how to cover His chosen ones. He reveals you only when the time is right. That's why some doors stayed shut before you weren't meant to walk through them without this mantle. Now, when you step forward, you'll walk with divine endorsement. But carrying glory also requires humility. The greater the light, the deeper the roots must go. You will feel the weight of this mantle, not as a burden, but as responsibility. It will pull you into deeper intimacy with God, because the mantle only shines when the heart remains surrendered. You can't wear heaven's glory without walking heaven's way. This new season of your life will test how you carry what you've received. Glory attracts both gratitude and jealousy. Some will see your peace and misunderstand it as pride. Others will sense your authority and mistake it for ambition. But you will not need to defend yourself. Your fruit will speak for you. True glory never needs explanation. It reveals itself through consistency, compassion, and purity. Chosen one. This mantle is not meant to isolate you. It's meant to illuminate others. Wherever you go, the oil of heaven will leave traces. People will feel lighter after encountering you. Conversations will shift from despair to faith. The mantle you carry is a conduit of restoration. You've become an intercessor in motion, a bridge between the divine and the desperate. Remember, glory isn't about shining brighter than others. It's about reflecting the source. Like the moon reflects the sun, your life now mirrors divine light into dark places. Your success, your healing, your transformation, all of it points back to the one who covered you in grace. There will be moments when you feel unworthy to wear such a mantle. That's when you must remember it was never earned, only entrusted. God knew your weaknesses and still chose you. He saw your scars and still called you radiant. The glory you carry isn't proof of your strength. It's proof of His mercy. And though you walk with greater authority now, remain gentle. True power doesn't need to shout. It listens. It lifts. It heals. The mantle upon you was designed to comfort as much as it conquers. It carries the dual nature of heaven, fire and tenderness, justice and mercy. You have become a vessel through which both flow freely. Every time you pray, the mantle moves. Every time you worship, it burns brighter. Every time you forgive, it expands its reach. You are not just wearing it, you are becoming it. Heaven's glory has intertwined with your humanity until the two can no longer be separated. Chosen one. Walk with awareness. You are no longer a survivor of trials. You are a carrier of triumph. The mantle of glory upon you is the Father's public declaration. This one belongs to me. You carry the evidence that God restores, that obedience releases beauty, that surrender always leads to splendor. Your mantle is not just a sign of where you've been, it's the prophecy of where you're going. Chosen one. Your life has now become a living altar. Every breath, every thought, every step you take is an offering that rises toward heaven. You are no longer just a believer, you are a flame, burning with purpose, sustained by the Spirit, purified through surrender. The altar within you was not built overnight. It was formed through fire, through tears, through faith that refused to die. There were seasons when you didn't understand what God was doing. You felt stripped, emptied, undone. You wondered why things kept being taken from you. But what you lost was never meant to harm you. It was preparation for holiness. God was clearing space within you to build something sacred. Every disappointment became a stone. Every surrender became fuel. Every yes became incense. Now, your heart burns as a sanctuary of divine presence. You've become a place where heaven meets earth, where the invisible finds expression through your obedience. The fire upon this altar is not wild, it's holy. It doesn't destroy, it refines. It consumes everything that doesn't belong, leaving only what reflects the image of the one who lit it. We are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalms, chapter 51, verse 17, "The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart. O God, you will not despise." End of. The world celebrates strength, but heaven values surrender. You were brought to the altar not to display your power, but to reveal His. Every loss that once confused you was an act of divine rebuilding. He was removing what was temporary so He could place what was eternal. You didn't just lose things, you made room for glory. Now, everything you do carries spiritual fragrance. When you love without reason, it's incense. When you forgive without recognition, it's offering. When you speak truth with gentleness, it's worship. You no longer need an altar of stone, because you are the altar. Wherever you go, heaven has a place to dwell. The fire that burns within you doesn't fade. It doesn't depend on emotion or circumstance. It is fed by intimacy, not performance. The more you draw near to God, the brighter it grows. The more you let go of control, the purer it becomes. You've learned that the fire of God doesn't destroy identity, it reveals it. But this fire also comes with weight. Being a living altar means you will feel things deeply. You'll sense the pain of others as if it were your own. You'll be drawn to intercede, to stand in gaps that others avoid. The compassion you carry is not weakness, it's divine empathy. Heaven trusts you with its burdens because it knows your altar won't let the fire die. There will be days when the flame flickers, when exhaustion whispers that it's easier to be ordinary again. But you can't go back. Once you've been set ablaze by God's presence, normal life no longer satisfies. You were not created for lukewarm existence. The same spirit that ignited your soul will sustain it. Every time you worship, even in silence, you feed the flame again. Chosen one, remember that the altar must remain pure. Guard your heart, for it is sacred ground. Don't let bitterness or distraction dull the glow. The world will try to tempt you with lesser fires, fame, pleasure, approval, but they burn quickly and leave only ashes. The fire of God, however, burns slow and eternal. It doesn't consume you to harm you, it consumes you to transform you. You've become a vessel of divine warmth in a cold world. People will be drawn to your light, not knowing why. They'll feel comfort in your presence because the altar within you radiates peace. You won't need to preach loudly, your very life will whisper truth. You'll become a safe place for broken hearts to encounter God. And yet, this calling is not without sacrifice. Living as an altar means you will constantly pour yourself out. You'll give when no one thanks you. You'll love when no one loves back. But take heart, the oil never runs dry in surrendered vessels. The more you give, the more heaven refills. Chosen one, look at what you've become: a human temple, a walking fire, a living sacrifice that never ceases to worship. The altar in you burns, not because you hold it, but because God Himself sustains it. You are not striving to please Him, you are living proof that He already delights in you. And as long as you breathe, your existence will sing one truth: that even ashes can burn again, that even the broken can become holy, that even the forgotten can become flame. You are the altar that will never go out. Chosen one, the world will soon feel your impact. The light within you has grown too strong to stay hidden any longer. You were never meant to blend in, you were meant to be a catalyst, a spark that sets hearts ablaze with awakening. Heaven has poured its glory into you, not for personal triumph, but for collective transformation. What burns within you is not ambition, it's assignment. The world is waiting for your light, like dry ground waits for rain. The weary, the doubting, the forgotten, they are drawn to the fragrance of hope that your presence now carries. Every word you speak is a drop of living water. Every act of kindness, a gust of wind that stirs smoldering embers back to life. For too long, darkness has been loud, but now, heaven is sending quiet voices of light, people like you, to rewrite the narrative. You are the lighthouse in a world of fog, the bridge between despair and destiny. Every step you take echoes like a heartbeat across eternity, reminding the earth that redemption is real, as it is written in the Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 5. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. That verse isn't just truth, it's your identity. You are the light that will not be overcome. You have walked through shadowed valleys, and now you shine, not despite the darkness, but because of it. Your story is proof that even the deepest night cannot silence the dawn. Your impact won't always look grand. Sometimes it will appear in small, sacred moments, the way you listen without judgment, the way you forgive without fanfare, the way you love without condition. You are changing the atmosphere quietly, like the sun rising behind clouds. The world rarely notices when the light first appears, but it always feels it. Chosen one, you carry the language of heaven in your tone, the warmth of the divine in your touch. You are no longer waiting for revival, you are the revival. Every room you enter becomes an altar of peace. Every conversation you engage in becomes an opportunity for restoration. You don't have to try to inspire. Your existence does it naturally. You might wonder, why me? But heaven whispers back. Because you said yes when others turned away. Because you obeyed. You now overflow. What God placed within you wasn't meant to stay contained. It was meant to spill into every corner of creation. The same grace that healed you is now moving through you to heal others. Imagine your light as a lantern in the hands of travelers lost in a forest. You may not know their names, but they see your glow and find direction. That's your purpose: to illuminate, not to dominate, to guide, not to boast. The greatest leaders in heaven's kingdom are often the quietest flames. And as this light continues to grow, remember to protect it, not by hiding it, but by feeding it. Keep your heart tender. Keep your motives pure. Keep your ears tuned to heaven's frequency. The world will try to dim you with noise, but your silence holds more power than their chaos. Now, if this message has stirred something deep within you, if you can feel that holy spark pulsing stronger, don't let it stay still. Let your light ripple outward. Like and share this message as an act of spreading illumination. Every share is another candle lit in someone else's night. Every click becomes a spark that might save a fading flame. And if you haven't yet, subscribe, not as a ritual, but as a continuation of this divine conversation. Stay connected, to stay surrounded by this growing family of light bearers. You're not just joining a channel, you're joining a movement, souls awakening to their callings, one by one, across the earth. After you've done that, pause for a moment and comment something that affirms your awakening. You could write, "My light is ready." When you write it, understand that you're declaring your readiness not to be seen, but to serve. You're saying, "I will not hide anymore. I will not shrink when heaven says shine." Because this world doesn't just need more noise, it needs more light. It needs your story, your compassion, your resilience. You were chosen for this very time, and your presence here is not by chance. Heaven's design is unfolding through you. One breath, one word, one act of love at a time. So go ahead. Beloved, chosen one, shine boldly but gently, with strength wrapped in humility. The world is watching, not for perfection, but for authenticity. Let your life be the sermon that no darkness can silence. Your light is not a flicker, it's a sunrise, and the world is about to feel the warmth. Chosen one, as heaven smiles upon your obedience. A new chapter unfolds the next assignment. You have proven faithful with little, and now heaven trusts you with more. The tests behind you were never meant to break you. They were meant to shape you into one who can carry greater weight with grace. You have passed through fire and come out refined, ready for responsibility that carries eternal significance. This new assignment will not feel familiar. It will stretch you, not to punish, but to prepare. God never calls the comfortable, because comfort breeds complacency. He calls the willing, even when they tremble. That's what he sees in you, a heart willing to move. Even when the way ahead is uncertain, you have learned to trust in the unseen, and that is the first qualification of divine assignment. The ancient words recorded in Joshua, chapter 1, verse 9 stilekio. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Your next assignment will carry both beauty and burden. It will call you into deeper intimacy with God. You will no longer be able to rely on yesterday's faith for tomorrow's battles. The manna from past seasons will not sustain you in this one. A fresh portion à wet, but it will require fresh pursuit. Heaven promotes only those who stay dependent. Chosen one. This new path is sacred, and it will not look like anyone else's. Comparison will try to whisper that you are behind. But remember, divine assignments are timed by eternity, not the calendar. What feels like delay is often protection. What looks like stillness is preparation. When God moves, He moves suddenly, but never prematurely. You may sense a new, stirring a pull towards something beyond comfort zones. It might be a new mission, a conversation you've been avoiding, a step of faith that seems impossible. This is the signal. Heaven's call rarely arrives with clarity. It comes wrapped in conviction. That unease you feel is not fear, it's divine invitation. But tread carefully. Not every opportunity is an assignment. Some doors open to distract you, others to direct you. Discernment will be your greatest weapon now. Listen for peace, not applause. The true path of purpose will never require you to abandon your integrity or rush past your rest. The next season will also demand new levels of discipline. Glory increases, but so does the gravity that holds it. You'll need structure to protect the sacred, early mornings of stillness, quiet nights of prayer. These are not routines. They are lifelines. Your intimacy with God is not optional. It is oxygen. Without it, even holy work becomes heavy. You may find yourself surrounded by new faces, unexpected connections, or unfamiliar territory. Don't resist them. Assignments come with alliances. God is aligning you with others who carry pieces of your purpose. You will find kindred souls, those who don't just hear your words, but understand your burden. Walk with them humbly, for you are stronger together. Yet even as you rise, keep your heart soft. Power without purity is poison. Influence without intimacy is illusion. The world does not need more noise, it needs more presence, divine presence flowing through surrendered vessels. Let your life remain a conduit, never the source. The coming days will not be easy, but they will be glorious. You'll face resistance, yes, but only because new realms require new resilience. Every challenge will serve as confirmation that you've stepped into divine territory. Opposition is often the shadow that follows light. Do not retreat. Remember whose authority you carry. Chosen one. Do not be surprised when the new assignment seems too big. That's how you'll know it's divine. If it was small enough for you to handle alone, it wouldn't require faith. God delights in impossible invitations because they reveal His power through your obedience. And when you find yourself overwhelmed, return to the altar within. There, in the quiet flame of surrender, you'll find the strength to continue. The same fire that guided you here will not abandon you now. You are not being sent out to struggle. You are being released to shine. The next chapter will not repeat the past. It will redeem it. Every skill you learned, every scar you carry, every tear you shed will serve a purpose in this unfolding story. Nothing was wasted. Everything was training. You stand now on holy ground, between what has been and what will be. Heaven watches, not in doubt, but in delight. The Father knows you are ready, not because you are fearless, but because you are faithful. Step forward. Chosen one. Your next assignment has begun. Chosen one. You have reached the place where the journey bends into eternity, where the Father's joy no longer visits you in moments, but rests upon you forever. The road has been long, filled with valleys and mountaintops, but every step has led you here, to this still point of fulfillment. You are no longer striving to prove yourself worthy of divine love. You are living inside it. The storms that once terrified you now sound like music. What once felt like breaking was, all along, the sound of becoming. The Father's smile hasn't faded since the day you first obeyed. It remains, warm and constant, like sunlight that refuses to leave. Heaven does not forget its joy. Every act of faith, every sacrifice unseen by others, every whispered prayer in the dark still glows before His throne. You are crowned not with gold or jewels, but with glory, peace, and purpose, as it is written in the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 11. I am coming soon. Hold fast what you have, that no one may take your crown. That crown is not an ornament, it is identity. You wear it because you endured. You wear it because you chose surrender over self, love over bitterness, truth over comfort. You have walked through seasons that could have stolen your faith, yet you refuse to let go. Heaven has marked that tenacity with eternal honor. Now, you live in rhythm with divine delight. You don't chase blessings anymore, they flow naturally through you. You don't seek validation, the Father's approval has already sealed you. The crown you wear is not fragile, it's forged from every trial that tried to break you. Each piece of pain became part of its brilliance. The pressure of your past only made the metal purer, the light brighter. Chosen one. This is the beauty of divine completion. It's not an ending, it's a beginning that never fades. You've transitioned from endurance to enjoyment, from discipline to delight. The same God who tested your faith now celebrates your perseverance. Heaven dances around you like morning light across calm water. You are living in the afterglow of obedience. Look at your journey now with heaven's eyes. Every tear was a seed, and now you walk among the harvest. Every closed door protected something sacred. Every delay taught you timing. Every loss unveiled what was truly eternal. Nothing was wasted, not a word, not a wound, not a waiting season. It all built the foundation for this moment of divine joy. And this joy, it's not loud, it's steady, deep, like a river that never runs dry. You no longer need confirmation that you are chosen. Your very existence is proof. The Father doesn't just smile when you pray, He smiles when you breathe. You have become His dwelling, His delight. This is the secret reward the world cannot understand. People think fulfillment comes from reaching a destination, but heaven knows it comes from resting in identity. You are not chasing the promise anymore. You are the promise fulfilled. You've become what God spoke. You've become the answer to prayers you once didn't understand. But do not mistake peace for passivity. The crown you carry is not for decoration, it's for influence. Your peace is not the absence of movement, it's the authority to move with grace. You now operate from victory, not for it. You carry heaven's government on your shoulders. Even in the smallest gestures of love, the Father's joy radiates through you now, and creation feels it. The same fields that once grew thorns now blossom under your presence. The places that once broke you now bow before your restoration. Everywhere you go, life follows. You have become an instrument of divine renewal. And yet, even in this place of glory, humility anchors you. You know the crown came not through your striving, but through grace. You remember the ashes beneath the beauty, the waiting behind the wonder. That memory keeps your heart soft, keeps your eyes clear. You know that everything you have is borrowed from the one who gave it. Chosen one, you are crowned not for conquest, but for communion. Your destiny was never about rule, it was always about relationship. You walk hand in hand with the Creator now, not as servant alone, but as child, as heir, as friend. The kingdom isn't far away anymore. It lives within you. Heaven's joy has become your rhythm. Peace has become your language. Love has become your legacy. You no longer walk toward the light, you are part of it. Every heartbeat now echoes heaven's contentment. Every breath carries gratitude. This is what it means to be chosen, not simply to survive trials, but to become a vessel of eternal delight. You have reached the place where obedience turns into inheritance, and the Father's joy becomes your everlasting crown. The journey doesn't end here. Chosen one. It continues in glory. Every tomorrow will shimmer with purpose. Every day will hum with heaven's music. You are crowned with His joy. Forever and forever has only just begun. Chosen one. If these words have stirred your spirit, if even one sentence felt like it was written for you, then let it live beyond this moment. Don't let it fade into scrolling silence. Let it ripple outward, like the gentle spreading of dawn. Let your light touch another soul still standing in their midnight. Share this message so that someone, somewhere, will remember that heaven still speaks. Like this, if it has reminded you who you are, comment below, write something simple but true. Like, I receive this, or I'm still chosen. Every word you release in faith becomes a seed heaven can water. And if your heart longs to stay connected to this flow of truth, subscribe, not out of routine, but as a choice to keep walking with a family of light, those who believe that obedience still moves mountains and that grace still transforms lives. Your journey isn't over. It's unfolding. Let us continue walking together in faith, in fire, and in purpose. The world needs what heaven placed inside you. So rise, radiant one. Carry this flame forward. Let the light you've received become the light you give.